Home Services, PenFed Realty. I work at the East Office, and this is my segment that I do each week on real estate. And today's guest is James Clendenin, and he is on the City Council, and he is City Council District Number 3. And I was reading your bio over the weekend, which you can find on the City of Wichita's website, if you want to know anything more about him or where the boundaries are. Is you have an interesting position where you're not a native Wichitan, and everybody else is. I'm friends with, I'll dare to say, Brian Fry and Pete Meitzner.
Well, I love them both, so that's okay.
And you guys really do seem to have a good community, but let's talk about what made a person from outside of Wichita decide to come to Wichita, be part of Wichita, and then we'll talk a little bit about what your boundaries and what's happening in your boundaries of the District 3.
Yeah, well, I moved here with my parents. I'm much older, much younger than Pete Meitzner and Brian Fry. I came here with my parents, but I will tell you, I had a chance to move and be all over the world. My dad was in the military, and I've been in so many different communities. And I do have to honestly say that when we moved to Wichita, it felt like home. This place, the people here, were just so inviting to us, being outsiders, and we felt that we were instantly home. And I think that most people feel that way when they come to Wichita.
I've heard that from people visiting.
Yeah, you know, they're reluctant to come to Wichita. They don't want to come here. Oh my gosh, I'm being transferred here. But when they come here, they don't want to leave, and it's almost an instantaneous love affair with our city. Mm-hmm.
I hear that a lot when I'm out and about. So let's talk about where are your boundaries for District 3?
District 3, so you take Kellogg as our northern boundary, then you go south. We're in a big pie shape, but at the bottom of the pie, it's about 73rd, 74th Street South.
Okay.
Kind of wedges in between Derby and Hayesville. And then we have a western boundary of Seneca and an eastern boundary of Woodlawn.
Okay. That's a diverse area.
It's a very diverse area. I call it the melting pot of Wichita.
Yeah. For a while, did you have 2 high schools for a while? You would have had West
I did,
and Southeast.
So right now I have Southeast, and that is the high school that I have right now.
So West is still...
West is still in District 4.
Okay.
It is.
Okay.
That's across the river over in Jeff Blubaugh's district.
Yeah. I was just thinking, because I always think of it being south of Kellogg.
No, it is south of Kellogg, but the boundaries are all over the place.
Okay.
And so my westernmost boundary is Seneca, but then it kind of goes in toward the river and follows the river up to Kellogg.
Okay, well that makes sense. I went to West. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. I went there and I know where it is.
I have a lot of constituents that actually have kids that go to West. So yes, West High is mine too.
Yeah. So tell us what's happening with real estate in your area, because we could have had 4 or 5 different shows about what's happening in your area, but you have both residential growth and some commercial growth.
We do. We have a tremendous amount of commercial growth. We have a brand new large-scale development, 80-acre development happening down at Seneca and 235. Lang is doing a huge commercial real estate deal down there with Camping World and the new Gander Outdoor, which is really exciting. But when you consider places like Broadway Street, believe it or not, everybody kind of turns their nose kind of sideways about Broadway, but there are a ton of land and business and development opportunities just south of Kellogg on Broadway. I really feel like the success of downtown, the next kind of phase of that success is to come directly south on Broadway. And
do you attribute a lot of that to the Intrust Bank Arena being built?
That's one of the pieces of the puzzle. It all started with Old Town, with Dave Burke and his development team, and then it just expanded to the arena and to a lot of the things that have happened, and the tremendous amount of investment happening in downtown. Now the opportunity to come south of Kellogg is important.
Are you seeing this a lot of corporate, or are you seeing a lot of this private? Because you mentioned Dave Burke.
Yeah.
Dave Burke's private. You mentioned Jeff Lang.
Yeah.
Jeff Lang's private.
Yes, yeah. You know what? It's going to really take the private sector to do it, I believe. But with the investments that the city has made just north of here, I think it makes that possible with the demographic that you see living in downtown right now.
So what age did you come to Wichita?
Yeah, I came to Wichita when I was 11.
Okay.
All right.
You didn't have much choice.
I didn't have much choice, but I've had many choices to leave.
Right, and that was my next question.
It is.
There's such thing as that we call it the brain drain.
Yeah, right.
And people leave, and a lot of your area is industrial.
It is.
And I just went to the gubernatorial forum, and they were talking about bringing in more Wichita area technical colleges, more welding schools, and that would benefit both your area in residential, because people would need to live there.
Absolutely.
And take care of some of the empty commercial.
Well, I'm a great example of that, honestly. I went to college, was hurt in a bad car accident in college, was not able to go into my career field, and so I needed to find something that I could do.
You were a dancer?
I was, boy, can't you tell? My secret's out. But no, after my dancing career,
yes.
I had to find something I could do. I was able to get some technical training that allowed me to get a job at one of our aircraft plants here at the time, Raytheon, and it made me productive citizen. Right. So,
And you had a good income.
I had a great income. Yeah. I thought I was making the most money in Wichita when I was hired. You know, it was wonderful. But what it did is it allowed me to be productive in the community, and it allowed me to pursue ventures to make the community better.
Right. And I think that's what we need is a lot of our jobs are service jobs, which are paying, let's say, $10 an hour. And what I believe we need more of is our jobs that pay $20 an hour, so that those people like yourself and myself can go out and do different things.
I would agree. WSU Tech just opened up a South campus in my district, South Wichita. I am providing, doing what I can to provide some scholarships to people in Southeast Wichita to go get technical training at WSU Tech, and so they can get jobs. So it is important. Those jobs are the ones that we don't concentrate on enough. And we have kids coming out of a high school that don't have training to do a job. And some of those kids, they come out of college, and a white-collar job's not readily available, and they don't have that skill. So I think it's important that we continue to cultivate that in our community.
And I came out of West High, and at that time, Town West was a new mall. And it was filled with people on the weekends, and there were no shortage of getting a job there.
No, not at all.
And those jobs are gone for most purposes.
When I was in college, I worked at the Disney store at Town East, so I exactly know what you're talking
about. Well, we are almost out of time. Is there anything that you would like to conclude with?
No, just thank you for allowing me to be on the show. I would ask anybody that's looking at any opportunities to invest in real estate or to start a business, look at South and Southeast Wichita. It's a great bargain right now.
Yeah, price per square foot is really low out over on the south side of town. So if you want to contact you, what is your email?
Clendenin@wichita.gov.
Okay, thank you. See you next week.
See ya.